Okay, let's see. All right, setting up properly this time. Hopefully I won't drop my phone. Okay. Save device back. Okay, for anyone who's scrolling through, or, don't want to call an emergency. Okay, today is part 2 live stream of making my Spiderman Amigurumi. I finished working on the black and red one yesterday. This is not a terribly difficult pattern to follow. It gets tricky with the colors. So as you can see, the back looks pretty good. And then the front, I made a mistake. The black should come straight down here. And I like to pretend like I did that on purpose, but I did not. But this is just a practice one. So, all right, I am going to pick up where I left off on the one from yesterday. And actually, I took out a couple rows, just kind of pick this up where I went. So this pattern is done with the head separate from the body, but I don't want to do it like that. So I am doing it with the head going straight from the body. And what we did was we did a row of 6 on top stitches, and now we're going to do an increase in each stitch, taking this up to a total of 12 stitches. So in Amigurumi, in most patterns, it's assumed that you know what an increase is. An increase is just you doing 2 stitches in one. And some patterns might explain that to you, and some patterns might not. That's why it's always a really good job. Oh, welcome, someone's here. That's why it's always a good idea to make sure you read the pattern completely before you start, because you might change your mind and not want to continue with the pattern after you read the directions. So, like this pattern, I would not have made, but I have several, oops, there's my hand, several of my students wanted me to do it, and plus one of the cats picked it, so that's why we're doing it. So what we're doing is the second row of the head, I'm sorry, the body. Here's the head, and here is the body. It's really important also that you check your row. It's important that you check your stitches after each row, because like I just showed you on the sample one stitch off can throw the whole pattern. And sometimes you can fix it when you're done, or you have to tear it out as you're going along. Either way, it is kind of inconvenient. So here's what I'm talking about. Kind of missed what I was doing here. So this should have gone over here. Anyway, this is just the practice one. All right, so I'm going to count my stitches because I was talking, and talking sometimes gets you off track here. So let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we have 2 more stitches to do. And then we're going to put a stitch marker in. Thank you for joining. please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content where I can show you how to make amigurumi, or you can watch me make amigurumi, or you can watch me make some of these little applications, little ghosts, or these little hearts, turn these into keychains, or even the little bunny. And this is basically the same pattern as this, except a little bit smaller. And the details just make it whether it's going to be a bunny or a frog or a puppy. So, yes. All right, so now we have our 12. And instead of putting in a paper clip or something else to mark the end of the stitch, I'm going to put this cloth, this little string in here. Amigurumi is often worked in the round, which means that you do not connect at the end of the row. So what we did now is we are going to increase until we get to 24. So this is the next row. We're going to put one single crochet in the first stitch, and in the second stitch we're going to, thank you for joining, we're going to put in a increase stitch. So that's 3. And then we're just going to repeat this until we get to our row marker. And yes, so I am using a size 4 crochet hook, using just a standard sport weight yarn. It's a Karen Simply Soft yarn. You can use any kind of yarn you want, and then you might have to, but is there only one person on the line? I don't know. Vincent, you just, I don't understand what you're saying, but yeah, there's only one person watching. I am a new YouTuber. I've been doing this for less than a month, and it takes a while to get people interested in watching your content. So I appreciate you being here. So thank you. All right, we're at the end, so we're going to count, and it's hard to keep the count proper when when you're talking. So let me count. Should have 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And now one more like I thought. And 17 and 18. Now I'm going to take this yarn and put it right here. And I'm going to increase again, but this time I'm going to do it in the third stitch. So I'm going to put 1, 2, and here's the third stitch, 3, and now we're going to put another one in, 4. Do this 5 more times for a total of 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Again, this is not meant to be a tutorial. This is meant to just kind of watch and see how it's done. And then I will make this into a tutorial after, I don't know, after a while. If someone wants, they can post a little comment for me. Oops. Oh, we got tangled up here. That's okay. Okay, we have one person watching. Hey, thanks. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you popping in. And if you like watching this kind of stuff, you can watch it. I think in the future I might put music on so people don't have to listen to me rambling. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe someone could put that in the comments, what they would prefer. So here's my increase stitch. Then 1, 2. So now I'm going to put a third one here and increase here. And these projects take a couple of hours. This one is going to probably take 4 hours if I were to completely finish it with the embroidery of the spider. And that's why it's difficult to make amigurumi and sell, where you're making a profit, because very, very time consuming, and people in general do not want to pay, $50 or $60 for something, but that sometimes is how much of your time it took to create. So I'm going to count my stitches now. 2, 4, oops, start over again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. That's weird. Did this get caught? And that's okay, so we're going to do 23, 24. All right, I think I made a boo-boo in here, and we're just going to move on with our life and not worry about it. If someone wants to, they can put a comment in here. That would be great. And there's nobody here to do that, so that's all right. So now we are done with the 24, and we're going to change to a different color. So we're going to just cut this. We're going to stick our hook through these first two. Oops. And then we're going to grab some of the blue. And we're going to pull this through. I don't put a knot on it or anything. It's not going to go anywhere once it's hooked. We're going to pull the tail a little bit to make that tight. Take this tail, put it over like that. And now we're going to read the directions. So the direction says change to blue. So where it says do 3 single crochet. This is a free pattern that you could find. It's by Brinity, and it will be posted in the description. It's free. You're allowed to make and sell anything that you make from the pattern per the designer. Oh, you just aren't allowed to sell the pattern. All right, then it says increase. And these are my directions because I don't have a printer. Ta-da! So then it says 2 single crochet. And then it says change to red. So now we're going to cut this like that. We're going to pull the red through, and this way the top of our stitch, or the complete stitch, is one color and a different color on the top. Okay, now this is where it gets confusing, and this is why it is best to do this where you're not talking to anybody and you are not distracted, because this is where you can make some little mistakes. Okay, so now it says change to red, single crochet. And again, I'm not knotting anything. Single crochet. And here is, we are filling out the body. This is the head. We're working our way down on the arm in here. Increase 2 single crochet. And now it says to change to blue. So we're going to change to blue. And don't get too freaked out. You will not be weaving any of these ends in. These will just be used as stuffing. Okay. Now it says single crochet. I see a couple of people have joined. If you want, you can give me a comment down here. That would be nice. Single crochet, and then it says an increase. Oh, and they're gone. That's okay. And do that. And we're going to do 3 single crochets. then increase. Then 3 single crochet. I like watching YouTube channels for the different techniques of crocheting, but I generally like to have a pattern that I can read. I do better with the reading than with the following along, but whichever one works better for you. And sometimes the patterns are just written simply as a diagram, which I kind of like because it's just a picture that you follow, and that takes some practice learning how to do. All right, so now we're going to get to the end of our row. I didn't put a stitch marker in because we're ending on the same color. So we're going to count our stitches, and we should have 30. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. That's a bummer. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do the last one. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, so we're going to count. We had okay, so we did 3 single. I'm just going up patterns so you're not too bored. 2 single crochet, change to red, single crochet in blue. Okay, so we are actually, I think I'm, oh, there's the front. Okay, so I am getting confused on this pattern. So I'm going to put a pin in this, so to speak. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to possibly finish this one, but I think this pattern is confusing me a little bit. So I am going to stop now, and I am going to say that I probably won't turn this into a tutorial. I find it too difficult to talk while I'm doing this. So I think if I finish this, I'm going to do it without me talking at all. And I'll pick that up possibly tomorrow. Thank you to the one person who was here that left a message. I appreciate it. Thank you, and goodbye.